This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Thursday, May 7th. I'm Tori with the puffy sleeves, and I'm in the studio with Al without the puffy sleeves. We are, of course, social distancing, but Stephanie Jones is joining us from home. What's up, Steph? Oh, she looks cute. Look at you in lemon.
Guys.
How you doing?
What's up, girl?
I'm good. I'm excited to be talking with you both today. Woo!
I like her woo. That was very helpful. All right, now it appears we're moving on that Uncle Joey is there for Aunt Becky, no matter what. Full House star Dave Coulier recently broke his silence about Lori Loughlin to Us Weekly magazine. Watch.
We love her dearly. Lori is one of my closest, dearest friends on the planet. And, you know, it's really unfortunate that this has happened. And I will be there for her forever.
Okay, Uncle Joey. Meantime, Lisa Rinna took a jab at Lori and her legal woes on the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when talking to her daughter about applying to USC. Lisa says she better have her application in order because she is not taking a picture of her on a rowing machine.
Shots fired.
Ouch! That was a reference, of course, to photos of Lori's daughters on a rowing machine and allegations that Lori tried to pass them off as crew members to get into the same school. All right, Steph, I have to know, would you support a friend all the way to the end? I mean, to the plank.
I mean, it depends exactly what they've done. I feel like, let's be honest, if it was one of you two in this exact same scenario, then I would be supporting you. I wouldn't not be your friend because of this. It wouldn't make me not love you any more or any less. I would want to be there for you. I might say, oh, what have you done? Maybe let's never do this again. You know, we might need to rethink whoever you're trusting a bit more in your inner circle. But it wouldn't make me feel any differently towards you both at all.
Al, would you row back that friendship?
Oh, Tori, stop that. You know, there's a phrase called ride or die. And when you're friends, when you're real friends, I mean, that's how people expect you to act. And like you said, Steph, if somebody's accused of a violent crime, that's a different situation. But when you know somebody and you feel like you know their character, you're going to support them to the end, whether win, lose, or draw. So I see what he's doing here.
All right. I don't know if I would be so supportive. I know a lot of athletes would be really mad here. Well, we do have new details going on about the ongoing divorce between Kristen Cavallari and Jay Cutler. This is getting messy, guys.
A messy divorce?
Can you imagine? Apparently, the reality TV star says a main sticking point in the marriage was that Jay just wasn't as ambitious as she. According to Page 6, Kristen thought Jay, who is an NFL football player.
Yes, I believe for 10 seasons.
Yeah, and she was a reality star, thought Jay was unmotivated and lazy after struggling to find his way after his NFL career ended. The two starred in her reality series, Very Cavallari, for 3 years. What a great
Sounds
name.
like a yogurt.
Like a good berry one, right?
Right.
Al, what would you do if your partner wasn't motivated as you? Is that cool with you or not?
Well, people that play professional sports or Olympians or anything like that, they have a different life because they almost live their entire life up until they're like 27.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult for them to kind of restart and be like, all I know is throwing a football or jumping over a hurdle. I don't know what to do now. Whereas most of us kind of realize we need to figure out a career path from 10, 11, 12 and start working towards that. So I would have given him a little bit of space to kind of stretch his legs and figure out what he wants to do next. But understanding, and Steph, I want to get your opinion on this. When you have a spouse that's not working and kind of rudderless, it's your kind of job to kind of shove that little boat into the pond. Shove it off.
Fly, boat.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely understand. And like, I'll be honest, like I've been in situations where I was in between TV shows and, you know, I was really struggling for work and to find a job and, you know, working in television, the gaps in the market are very few and far between. And there are those periods where, you know, you're kind of unsure. And I'm sure you guys have thought this too. There's a little itch inside your head that says, you know, should I be doing this? Should I find something else? And I also know what it's like to have a dream. And, you know, obviously he lived lived his dream within football, and then that be gone, and then kind of feeling like that was your identity, and who are you now, and what do you want to do? And like, obviously in those moments where there's been gaps in my career, luckily my boyfriend at the time was very supportive, and he encouraged me to keep going. But you know, it gets hard. So I mean, it depends. If he was completely like, you know what, I just don't care and I'm not going to do anything, then that's a different story. But I also understand that he's lived this amazing dream of being a footballer, and then it's gone, and who is he then? And it takes some time to work that out.
I totally agree with you. And also, hey, Kristen Cavallari, you're not like a Pulitzer Prize winning author. You were in the hills. Cool it. All right.
That's equal to me.
That's equal. That's the same thing. All right. Khloe Kardashian, and thank you for whoever put it in the prompter with the accent aigu on the E. Khloe Kardashian had an unconventional way about finding out about the birds and the bees. Kris Jenner dished on Khloe's sex education on Momsplaining with Kristen Bell. Let's take a look.
Khloe and her girlfriend were playing hide and go seek, so they hid under my bed. But it happened to be late at night as I was going to bed, and so they learned about the birds and the bees from being underneath my bed when it was being used. Let's just put it that way.
All right, I gotta go to Steph. How did you find out about sex? And what would you do if you were under the bed and it was happening? Oy vey.
Oh, I mean, there's finding out, which I'll be honest, I don't remember how old I was. I maybe like around 6 or 7, and I think an older friend told me. I was young, and I remember just being horrified. I was like, wait, they do what with what? Like, is this for real? What happened to the stalk and it coming out of my mum's belly button? Like, my dad is a monster. Like, so yeah, didn't like that. Didn't like it. Didn't go down well.
My dad was a monster.
But if I'd have been under the bed, I think that would have scarred me for life.
Yeah, I wouldn't like enclosed spaces forever. Al, have your kids ever, and be honest, walked in on a little Jackson action?
No walking in on the Jackson action, which is, you know, that's why you wait till they're asleep, guys. But look, I'm not gonna, you know, I think being open with your sexuality in front of your kids is a big deal, because honestly, you think about it, if you don't say it, then it's gonna be one of their friends that doesn't know what they're talking about. It's gonna be uncomfortable, but we're preparing these kids to be young adults. So, I mean, I think it's better to have a talk, and even after that happens, I think after you guys shower, maybe sit the kids down and have a little chit chat about what they just heard.
The trauma.
Yes.
You have a nice little chit chat. Well, moving on, do not ask Zoe Kravitz about having babies. The 31-year-old actress sounded off about the question on Dax Shepard's podcast, Armchair Expert. Let's have a listen.
A lot of people ask the question, when are you going to have a baby? Or say things like, when's the baby? And I really get offended by people assuming that that's something I have to do because society says so.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know. Right now, I'm certainly not in a place where I think I'm able to do that. Yeah. Just because of work, and also just, man, I don't know. I like my free time.
Yeah.
Good response by Dax there. Zoe married her husband, Carl Glusman, last year. She added that the baby question is often directed towards women and not men, which she finds a little annoying. I'm just going to speak out here, and then I'm going to ask you all, but I'm 38. I don't have kids. I get it a lot. And I do find it annoying. I understand it, like I get it. If you want to know if that's something in your future, it's a conversation starter. But it's a really private issue for women, especially because you don't know if they're having fertility issues, or if there's something wrong with the gentleman, or the medically wrong. So, and you also don't know if there might be, they just don't want to. So I think you have to tread very, very lightly on this question. And I'm glad she brought that up. Steph, do you get that a lot?
You know what? I think from a very young age, I don't know where it came from, but I was like, all I wanted to do was be on television, and I said, I'm not interested in getting married, I'm not interested in having children, that is just not for me, literally from being so small. And I think my mum and dad kind of thought, oh, she's joking, and then I got to be a teenager, and the same story, oh, she's joking, and then I was in a very long-term relationship for 10 years, and I didn't get married, and I expressed it like, this is not happening. And so I think they kind of stopped asking, because I think everyone in my family knew, okay, this is just not where her life is headed. And I just don't know why people find it that hard to grasp that just because the majority of society may follow this one certain path, that doesn't mean it's for everyone. And I found that as soon as my sister got married, literally within 6 months, people were like, are you gonna have a baby? Are you gonna have a baby? Are you gonna have a baby? And she was like, I've literally just got married. I want to enjoy like the honeymoon period. I want to enjoy being married with my husband. You know, and I don't know where this pressure comes from or why other people are so invested in other women having a baby. I feel like, have they not got enough fulfillment in their own lives?
I don't think that they are invested, though. I don't think they are invested. I think they just want to get in your business, but they're not going to be there when that baby's 2 in the morning. They're not going to be there. They might provide some diapers at the beginning, but after that, you're on your own. And it's so interesting that people ask a question. They have no stake in the results of it. If Tori has 3 babies, what does that have to do with anybody that might just ask you in an Uber? You're going to have kids? Is that person going to be there? How dare they ask you that?
I agree, and it's weird
because
it's
the question being asked.
I agree, because it's like my uterus. So it's just like, stay out of that. Just stay out. My uterus, let's have some space.
I think that's a fair request.
What is this called? Spaghetti arms.
Yes.
Dirty dancing. Space. All right. Have you reached peak boredom while in quarantine? Well, apparently Jennifer Aniston has. She posted this video to Instagram, which shows her watching a washing machine on the spin cycle. This is riveting. Jen has been isolating at home with her 2 dogs. She also posted this video showing her schnauzer mix, Clyde, enjoying a sniff in the backyard. I love when dogs just like jump. Are you bored in quarantine? Are you enjoying the downtime? I will start.
I wasn't until that video.
Now I'm totally bored. I will say I've been enjoying it because Brooksy and I get to just be really close and cuddle. Al?
Oh, I didn't. You just did like this and then just left it there. Look, you know, I've been finding things that I'm interested in and looking into them. But honestly, you know, a lot of people don't have that luxury. People are running out of money. They're hungry.
Very good.
So I don't want to ever project that like, I'm good. So you guys go do some push-ups. Like, no.
No, you're absolutely right. And it's important to say that some people don't even have downtime. They're working, and bless those people who do. I appreciate you, Al, bringing that up and making me look like a jerk. DBL, we are live and coming up. Sopranos star Michael Imperioli gives us the lowdown on what went on behind the scenes of the iconic series The Sopranos, plus how he's playing one of the good guys in his latest project. And another day at DBL with an almost empty studio. Most of our crew's working from home while we social distance. We shout you out. Hello, Chris Clark. Miss you all. We'll be right back.
Closed captioning
Welcome back to DBL. Male celebs have been embracing an edgy beauty trend that might, no, Al, not you, it's not a pocket square, that might just end up on the average Joe. Fearless celebs like rapper A$AP Rocky and pop star Harry Styles are loving colorful nail art. Now, beauty experts say that being in quarantine is leading to more men painting their nails. So, DBL Nation, we got to get a chance to hear from you. Are you a fan of the men E-Cure?
I like that.
That was really funny. Okay, I'm going to read the comments and then get Steph and Al's DBL take. Here we go. The first comment is for Steph. Sarah from Facebook says, I love when a man takes care of himself. I don't mind a little color as long as his nails are clean. Stephanie? What do you think?
Yeah, I know. I do love when a man takes care of himself. I love it if a man gets a manicure, and that doesn't have to mean that they get red or blue or whatever color nails. If they choose to do that, that's fine by them. You go do you. But when a guy does take care of his hands and his nails, and there's not like dirt under there, and they're a bit tidy, a little bit of prep and a little bit of tidiness goes a long way, Tori.
I like that. A bit tidy. That sounds so cool. I love that. All right, here's the next comment for Al. Alice from Facebook says, I do not want my man to have fancy nails. That is so not cute.
Well, Alice, I think you speak for a lot of people. I think what we need to understand here is men will do as women tell us to do. Whether you literally say it or show us, like guys didn't start working out their biceps till they started hearing women saying, he has nice arms. Next thing you know, here comes some arm curls. If women really want men to start wearing colored nails, you'll start dating men that have them, and then pretty soon every guy will have them, like the certain kind of haircut. So I think women, you dictate a lot of this, whether you know it or not.
Yes or no, Al, would you wear painted nails for the show?
I would not wear painted nails. I got my nails. I go get manicures and pedicures, and I got that just clear gel on my finger, and it didn't come off for like 4 weeks. It was just like on my hand, so I was traumatized by that.
It was like yellow.
Yeah, it was like it wouldn't come off. So
that was very funny. Good times. All right. Chris from YouTube, Steph says, I tried painting my nails black to kick up my style. It didn't even last a full day. I felt so insecure.
Oh yeah, so that's the thing, unless you get like a really good nail polish, or unless a salon does it, it's never gonna last, is it? Let's be honest. And like if I paint my own nails, they chip within a day too. So especially if you're doing any form of labor or using your hands remotely, it's gonna come off.
Yeah, and I think black is really very like goth, so I think maybe start with like a little nude. Yes? How about that? We'll be right back.
I don't know what that is.
It's the color.
Yeah, or like Hal said, clear, but he hated it.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. You know me as the My Pillow guy, but what you might not know is
Welcome back to DBL. You know him as Spider in the movie Goodfellas, one of my top 10 movies ever. And it's hard to forget him as Christopher in The Sopranos. Well, today, Michael Imperioli plays one of the good guys on his show, Lincoln Rhyme Hunt for the Bone Collector. But The Sopranos are back. Well, kind of. Jeff got all the details in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Michael Imperioli, thank you so much for joining us here on DBL. I'm a huge fan. And you're coming off with a podcast called Talking Sopranos with your Sopranos co-star Steve Scarippa.
Jim was a Birkenstock wearing bandana.
It's like a hippie.
I see Ellen DeGeneres, who worked for me in Vegas. Ellen's talking to somebody. I say, excuse me, I hate to interrupt. She dismissed me like I was a piece of gum on her shoe.
So Talking Sopranos is going to cover all 6 seasons of The Sopranos. And like I told you earlier, Michael, I'm a huge fan. I'm watching right now, but I stopped at season 6A because I know, spoiler alert here, a couple episodes into season 6B, your character Christopher dies and I couldn't go through that again. So that's why I stopped right now. Rewatching it, and you're going to rewatch it too, they put you through a lot of stuff. I mean, Christopher's character goes through a roller coaster on that show.
Yeah, that was the fun of it, you know. I mean, to have a character that goes to so many different places and has so much range of emotion and things to play. I mean, it was a gift, really, that role. You don't get a lot of those in your career, or at least I haven't.
What was it like working side by side every day with James Gandolfini all those years?
You know, Jim was a phenomenal actor and always gave 110%. And the stuff we had together very often was very emotional and very raw and went to some really rough places, you know. But it was always fun going there with him. You know, we were very good friends and we had a great trust and respect for each other.
There's a scene in The Sopranos where you shoot a guy in the foot and you said, "It happens." Was that actually a nod to your character Spider in Goodfellas when he gets shot in the foot?
Yeah, that was David Chase's idea to do a little inside joke homage to Goodfellas and my character in Goodfellas.
That's amazing. And they're coming out with a prequel now. Are you going to be part of the prequel at all?
Personally, I won't, but maybe Christopher will be as a baby because it takes place in the early 70s, and one of the main characters in the movie is Dickie Moltisanti, who was Christopher's father. So maybe Christopher appears as an infant, but I won't be there.
Understandable. Well, Michael, thank you so much for taking the time. Again, I'm a big fan. Thank you for so much of the great work you put out there, and I can't wait to listen to Talking Sopranos. I know it's going to be another smash hit for you, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and
DBL, Steph is joining us from home still. And Al has a question? Is that what you said?
I did. I had a question. We heard from Steph, but Tori, how do you feel about men with their fingernails dead?
Can I be honest? This is gonna sound really weird. Like, I think it's super cool, super rad, and I think men and women's fashion, and Steph can tell us more, is more fluid, right? Like Harry Styles and Billy Porter kind of transporting each other into that. Would I wanna be like romantically attracted? I don't think so, only because I sometimes like the idea of like, I can build things.
That's honest.
And it's hard to do with like acrylics, like stilettos. Does that make sense, Steph? Do you agree?
Oh yeah, no, I do agree. I do agree. I don't mind if a guy like Al said, he had a manicure, he had a bit of clear polish. Oh, I'm totally down for that. But if my guy turned up with like flowers and fingernail art, I don't know if I'd be as attracted to him, to be honest.
Yeah, but I do like it, and I enjoy seeing like Harry Styles really morph into kind of an what's the word?
Gender fluid?
Gender fluid and not ambidextrous,
Yeah.
androgynous.
Right, there you go.
There's the word. He might be ambidextrous
Yeah.
too, but I like that movement into that. Are you ever going to maybe wear like a tuxedo dress?
I don't know if that's gonna be me, but I do see like with rappers with Young Thug, like you see guys
James
starting to wear
Smith,
skirts and everything. So it's the young kids are with it.
They're with it. They totally are. We're not. DBL, we are new every single day. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. Good to see you, Steph. Bye, guys.